Hey everyone, it's excellent to be connecting with you all today. We know that eating fruit is meant to be good for one's health, and at Numeric 8, we couldn't agree more. And we're especially partial to a slice of watermelon or two. Watermelon can be a really tough fruit to crack into, but once you've broken through that tough outer shell and removed those annoying little black pips, the red flesh inside tastes really, really sweet. So what I hear you ask, does a watermelon and a business's finances have to do with one another? Well, our clients who are business owners of architects and engineering firms, our health practitioners and the like, share with us time and time again that their stint at university is an excellent platform for educating them on their chosen career paths. But uni doesn't really prepare them for running their own businesses. Being an expert in the field of architecture is one thing, but understanding the finances of running an architectural practice is an entirely different matter. At Numeric 8, we see ourselves almost like the owner of a fruit shop. We aim to provide our clients with the expert advice, guidance, and support they need to make the best choices possible. We're focused on helping them make the breakthrough in their business so they too can enjoy the sweet taste of profitability and business growth. So if you don't mind, I thought I'd spend the next few minutes sharing some tips with you, which may help with your planning for this new financial year and set you on your path to sweet success. I've got 3 tips, and tip number 1 is have separate business and personal banking accounts. By paying yourself as an employee from your business account, you'll know what your budgeted expenses will be every week, fortnight, or month, whatever your chosen pay cycle may be. As an employee, you'll be paying into your superannuation fund and increasing personal wealth over time. Furthermore, paying yourself super is a tax deduction, which I'm sure you'll all be agreed is a good thing. Be disciplined. Don't go withdrawing funds from your trading account to pay for your weekly supermarket shop. Use your personal bank account for these purposes. You might also want to consider setting up a third bank account. This would be separate to both your personal and business trading accounts to pay out your business taxes. Use this account for your payroll run. Transfer your employee tax and super into this account in preparation for payment to the ATO. This ensures that you will always know your actual cash position in your trading account. Introducing some of these really simple measures will help you develop good finance discipline right from the get-go. It will also make your accounting and bookkeeping management way more straightforward, enabling you to reduce your accounting and bookkeeping costs. And I know most of us prefer to keep the cash in our own pockets if possible, don't we? Okay, so I'm sure tip number 2 won't come as a surprise to any of you. It's vitally important to consistently review and understand what your profit margins are. So, what are some of the points to consider, and what are some of the steps you should consider taking? Obviously, standard business practice is to ensure that your business is a profitable one, and the products and services you sell enable you to trade profitably. So take a look at some of your competitors. Check what your market positioning and pricing is compared to them. Review your last year's business profit and loss. This will highlight whether you are making adequate margins. And this is particularly relevant right now as we kick off the start of the new financial year. Continue to review your P&L annually when business planning and check these figures every month against your budgets during the financial year. I know that this seems like really obvious stuff, but let's quickly run through the example I've provided here as the owner of a Christmas tree shop. So tree lights cost $100 and you sell them for $200. The gross margin is 50%. Assuming the overheads for the business are $5,000 per month, then you'd need to sell $10,000 worth of lights or 50 sets of lights just to cover the cost of the lights and cover your overheads. Based on these assumptions, you'll know what your baseline is in order to make a profit. My final tip number 3. So for us at Numeric 8, the watermelon philosophy really is all about financial planning. As the old saying goes, failing to plan is planning to fail. Using tip number 2 gives you the starting point for your plan. The plan is really a budget. You can use this budget throughout the year to monitor the business's performance on a monthly basis. Even better, each month export your actual profit and loss from whichever accounting software you're using. Then add on the budget so that you can see what the business is going to earn come the 30th of June. So for example, export your July actuals and then add the budget from this August to next June, which will then show you an overall total for the year. Repeat this exercise every month, and then there should be no surprises for you come the end of the year. In essence, if you've worked out what has to be paid to whom and when, if you know where the money is coming from and where it's going, if you've worked out your staff resourcing plan, and you've got to be especially mindful if your business is impacted seasonally. I'm just reminding you of the Christmas tree shop owner from the previous slide. I mean, they're most likely to conduct the bulk of their business through November, December, and into January for the January sales. If you know your forecasted profit and loss position, you'll know what the likely projected earnings are going to be. And once you have these foundations in place, boom, you're all set. Hopefully, you'll have removed any potential surprises from your business. As we know, we all hate nasty surprises, don't we? So, in closing, I'd just like to remind you of our 3 tips when planning for this financial year. Firstly, ensure you have separate business and personal bank accounts. Also, think about having a second separate business account to cover your payments to the tax office. This will ensure you're always on top of your cash position. Second, understand your sales targets. Know what your profit margins are, because knowing this stuff will go some way to prevent you from having unnecessary sleepless nights. Thirdly, failure to plan is planning to fail. Have you actually been asking and have you been liaising with your bookkeeper on a daily basis to review what your plan is? That's vitally important right now, as we've just ended one financial year and we head into another. Your bookkeeper is your friend. They're the fruit shop owner. They should be partnering with you to produce a budget for your FY 2021 business plan. The language of business and the language of business finance in particular is tough, but like a watermelon, once you've cracked it, you'll start enjoying those sweet flavors of success. I really appreciate your time today. Many thanks for listening. It's been excellent. Thank you.